Really, I was so surprised to see photos move on social media about the event of Saturday. It was not really in order and it was not called for. I really condemn and blame the organizers who had such an arrangement. Because for sure, for a girl child to be dressed in such a way, it wouldn't show a proper image. We really condemn it. We are not happy. And some of us are even we are really thinking of moving to courts of law to sue whoever the organizers were. We are not happy as mothers. These are mothers of tomorrow, so you can't just begin exposing their body structures in public. Automatically, for any girl child, you've always seen us women. A woman is born to be a mother, is born to be a woman. You know, you're supposed to have your privacy of your body. So eventually you bring up these children, they expose their bodies. It is really so traumatizing, and I'm very sure these kids are psychologically tortured.
Over whatever transpired on the weekend, those young girls were seen moving naked. I was shocked, and really that one should be condemned, whoever organized that. It's not our culture. It's not, I don't know whether it is a new culture for Bagisu or what tribe or Sebei or what. That one should be condemned because they were moving naked. That is very bad. It's a very bad portrait to women. It ashamed us women, exposing the nakedness, the breasts, and the other parts of the body of a woman outside. That was bad. I condemn it. At my age, and as far as what I know in Bamasaba culture, that one has never been there, only that if they want to say that during the Stone Age regime, Stone Age, when people used to move naked, when we had no clothes, of course, by then we had no clothes in Africa, maybe that's what they are trying to recollect, to recall that women moved naked. Otherwise, such a culture is condemned. We cannot have such a culture in Bugisu, shaming women, that it was a culture that they are bringing back for this modernized regime. I cannot accept that one. We cannot. As women, we condemn it. That is when people were still very primitive, very uncivilized. Stone Age, maybe. This kind of culture that they are instilling in this fashion of the arrangement they did, it is really very bad to our young girls who are going to school, who are here in town seeing such nakedness. It's not good. That one is not good.
So the idea of Elgon Festival, we felt like it was crucial that our dying culture is reawakened. And when we met with Inzio Masaba, actually met with the Minister of Culture in Inzio Masaba at that time, he's the one who gave us the template. We had all the information from him on how the attire is. And even when we went to the villages to do a lot of the research, the women already knew because their mothers were wearing that or died wearing that. So it's not like centuries ago, it's maybe 3 generations back, because I know my great-grandmother, Kuhuna Masaba, Fangawaka, Reshili, for you who understand Lumasa. But it's taking away from the point of the festival. The point of the festival was for us to engage our neighboring communities to understand how they affected our culture and where we derive our culture from. It's also an identity issue here. There's a lot of chaos in our communities. All of you know, like Bamasaba don't seem to have much of a direction. Like everybody is just going zigzag, and there's always just there's no moving forward. There's a stag. There's something that's just holding everybody back. And if you know that for you to understand who you are and to understand where you're coming from is the best way to move forward and to be an achiever. Now, I will also expand on the concept of a museum, a living museum. A living museum is a concept that depicts a culture of a certain period and recreates it in the current time to its authentic state. It's a form of preservation that is used world over. And in international festivals, if you Google, if you read, we did a lot of research about this, by the way. If you Google and you read, when it's in its authentic state, it's how it is preserved. We wanted to do this year in, year out in order to preserve our cultural heritage. There's no, and by the way, our culture, and if most people who don't know this, our culture was never a sexualized culture. The body parts were not sexualized at all. That's why we can publicly circumcise a boy and no one is faded by it. You understand? But because you're just showing a burst, and by the way, when we were talking about this before at Mbale Municipal, when we were discussing that we will have this as a part of the event, we were guided to cover it up a little. That's why you see paint on the girls' breasts. We painted so it's not like so out there, but it has created a shock. I don't know if I'm really upset about that. I'm always happy that it happened this way, so that people's minds can be reawakened to who they are. Your great grandmother dressed like that. There's no shame in that. Their parents came with them. Most of the girls, the parents were parading right along them, and we had actually informed necessary authorities. They knew what they were aware, and they were very well protected. But it's our culture. We actually have from really young age to medium to older. So it wasn't that it was something that was not concerted for. Parents were actually part of the parade.